Ian, first up and hot off the press as it were, home tie versus Montrose in round 4 of the Trust Trophy. Are you happy with a home tie versus a League One side?
Yeah, very happy. Obviously out of your control, these cup draws, but we want to be at home first and foremost against anybody. To be against Montrose will be a tough game. You know, the Stuart Scottish team well organised. They've had a wee bit of an up and down start to the season, but over the piece when he's been there, they've been a very competitive League One side. We expect them to be competitive again, and certainly competitive when they come down here. But we couldn't ask for much more. A home game and our home game here at Starks Park, and a team not in our division.
And a wee flavour of what to expect. Obviously we played them in that friendly up there, so we know that it's going to be a challenge from Stuart's side.
Oh, no doubt about it. They'll be well organised. They've got good experience in their team. Cup games are normally a wee bit different. Not a lot to lose for Montrose in the game, but they'll come down and show a good account of themselves and show how good they are as individuals and as a team unit. We have to overcome that. We have to make sure we're going to Ty's favourites. We can't get away from that, but we must live up to that name tag as well and make sure we're in the next round.
Yeah, and off the back of advancing in that trophy last week versus Cliftonville, we've back to league business with Inverness this weekend. My summary is a strong squad who will feel they're in a false position at the bottom of the league. Is that fair?
Yeah, I think so. I think they ravaged last season with injuries like ourselves, and very hard to compete at any level when you have that many injuries throughout the season. I think when they had their full squad available to them, or certainly majority, they showed how good they were. Same this year, they've got a few injuries. Not the start that they would have wanted or envisaged, this early in the season, but it is still early. Very experienced, good manager in charge of that squad as well, and some really good experienced players and we know to our detriment that they can cause you big problems if you're not on it. I expect them to come down and be exactly what Inverness are: hard-working, resilient. Billy Mackay scored goals in this league for a number of years now and in the top flight, so we need to keep an eye on him. It's an opportunity for us to try and get another win, try and keep our good form going, but we know, like against any team in this league, if we want to take our eye off the ball a little bit, think things are going to be easy, then it'll be a long afternoon. Yeah,
and the experience of people like Keith Watson at the back, Josh Mullen in midfield, obviously playing with Ross County as well, there's a motivation for them to continue succeeding and doing well against an old rival.
Absolutely. This league is just so competitive every single week, regardless of who you're playing or where you're playing at. It can flip so quickly. We need to make sure that we're on it. We're in a good position at the moment. We're in good fettle in terms of our mindset, and our personalities in the team are flourishing every single week and getting to know each other. But you literally have no time in a season to down tools to a certain extent, or take your eye off the ball, for a better phrase. Again, people will be looking at it from the outside thinking home win. I look at it differently. I look at a dangerous team coming down here after a week of cup football action, which can kind of just change teams' mentality, give players a little bit of a rest.
Got you right. The news that was announced this morning was that Ethan Ross has gone off to Falkirk on loan until January. I assume that's for him to get some valuable game time under his belt.
Yeah, it was really important Ethan goes and plays a lot of football, because he's missed so much. That's the bottom line, and that's the only reason we've done it. It's not as if we threw Ethan to the wolves and closed the door. We've done it to get him into a good level where he's going with somebody he knows as well, somebody that can look after him, keep an eye on him, and we have a close relationship, and we will also be keeping a really close eye on him, because he's done really well for us this season, but not enough game time for Ethan. I mean, we looked at our forward options, and we had Aidan Conley coming back. We couldn't see that game time increasing in the time span that we wanted it. And in fairness to Ethan, he was the same. He wants to go and play. He's a hungry young man who wants to play football. We have to be fair to players. We're dealing with human beings at the end of the day. It was just a really, really good fit for everybody. Ethan was very, very receptive to going out and understood the situation, and, as I say, embraced that situation, and it'll be really interesting to see how he gets on.
And it benefits us when he comes back with loads of minutes under his belt, ready to kick on again.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, short term, we don't know what was going to happen. Ethan might have, came on this weekend or start the game this weekend and had a man of the match performance. But we had to think with Ethan in particular, and again go back to the fairness of it, the longevity of Ethan's career. We need to get him playing regular every single week, full 90 minutes of games. That's not to say he'll go to Falkirk and do that. He has to work hard. He knows that. They're a good side who are going well near the top league or top of the league in League One. John will have big demands on Ethan. But yeah, look, we'll look to bring him back eventually, fit mainly. His ability's never in doubt and never in question, but we just need to get him a good run of games.
Yeah. And other news in the loan market is that with Robbie Thompson hurting himself, not seriously last week, Andy McNeil's returned to us from his loan spell at Edinburgh City.
Yes, you know, we had to bring Andy back. Obviously, with Robbie picking up that injury last week, we always had that at the back of our minds, and a recall option for Andy, because it can happen at any point in the season. A goalkeeper getting injured, and it's obviously one of those specialised positions where we have to have cover. So yeah, really delighted to get Andy back. He's had a couple of games at Edinburgh, be a really good learning curve for him. Again, we'll assess that situation once Robbie's back.
Good. Well, glad to hear it. Thanks for all that, Ian, and good luck.
Thank you.